you saw on Facebook some of the posts asking about leaves in the lake. I think somebody posted a picture of their neighbor putting it in the water, kind of like tattletale, which I see both sides there. So you used to believe that you could throw your leaves in the lake. I mean, heck, they blow off the tree, they blow into the water anyway, but the LOA organization, the Lake Ozark Watershed Alliance, they came out with a news break just on leaves at the lake, and it's really valuable information.
Yeah.
And so, Chris, like it says, here are some reasons why dumping leaves in the lake can be harmful, things that I didn't know anything about, and I'll let you run through those.
Yeah, I didn't know this either. And, I mean, I just moved to the lake full time, about 3 or 4 years ago, and we're on the water. And so my thought was always, just rake them into the water. The fish will eat the leaves or something like that. I thought it was actually a good thing. And then they say, no, that's not. Here's some of the reasons they give you for not putting your leaves in the lake, right? Decaying leaves release nutrients, often leading to algae blooms in the water, which can be harmful for fish. Didn't know that, right?
Who knew?
Exactly.
And pets and humans.
Right, and pets and humans. And so
should we swim, which tons of us do?
If you jump in the water, I mean, who knows what's in there anyway, but you don't want more in there, right? So, and your pets, I mean, like you're a pet lover. You don't want your dogs and cats down there, drinking that, eating that and stuff. Decomposition of leaves uses oxygen, and that would take away oxygen from the creatures in the lake, from the fish and everything else in the lake. Who knew? Again, can cause rotten egg smell. If you live on the water or if you drive over the bridges, you smell that every once in a while, that kind of that nasty marine smell. Apparently part of that is from that.
I'm gonna start trying that with Unique. I'm pretty sure that's the leaves in the lake, honey.
Yeah, right. I forgot to take my Beano. That must be bad leaves in the lake there.
I can see you using that on Mrs. Uncle Chris.
I probably have already used that one on Mrs. Uncle Chris. So it also blocks sunlight needed for microbes that fish and aquatic plants need. Again, another reason not to put your leaves in the water. And many leaves will even eventually get trapped in the dam fish net. The Bagnell Dam fish net. So there's a whole lot of reasons enough leaves are going in anyway, just blowing in naturally. So don't just rake them in there anymore.
And they also offered some alternatives, like composting leaves is a great way to produce nutrient-rich soil. So, if you want to burn those and then you could use those in the soil, that's great. Bag leaves and have them hauled away by a company. There are many leaf removal companies here around the lake. Burning leaves, this is important. Leaf ash removes a lot of oxygen from the water. So when you're burning leaves, be sure to do so away from the riverbank. Always call for approval from local fire departments before you burn them. That's another way that would allow you to dispose of them better than just throwing them in the lake. They also want to mention, check out LOA's grant programs. You can call them at 573-836-5080, as well as that website on your screen, the loawatershed.org. But they're a great organization, and the timing of this was wonderful because you saw those posts going on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I think some people didn't know either way. They're like, well, I think that's bad, but I also used to do that. Why do you not do that? Well, here's an inside look at why from the Lake Ozark Watershed Alliance.
And I believe if you do either of that, if you purposefully rake or blow leaves into the water, or if you burn like on the bank, when the water gets low, there's usually room down there where you can burn down there,
right?
And that's not good either. You're not. And I think if they catch you doing that, you can be fined for both of those.
Yeah, and if it has anything to do with outdoors or the Missouri Department of Conservation, the conservation agents, we love them, but they have more power than basically the federal government, the IRS, the president. You don't want to mess with the conservation agents.
Got to be careful about that, yeah.